What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode in the Road to Glory career mode. Today's episode features a double leg header against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semi-final. And also, we take on Wigan in the third round of the FA Cup. So an all-cup episode today of the games you're going to be able to see. And obviously, I played this one because I felt like if I simmed it away from home against Wigan, there's every chance that we might end up losing it. And I don't want that to happen. So decided to play it. And we'll see if we were able to get through and advance through myself playing the game. But with a team like ours, even if it is the second lineup, we should still be comfortably going through this one. It's not like we don't have the capability to score goals for fun, you know. A lot of these players that are in this lineup could easily walk into any other team's starting 11 that I don't actually have them in my starting 11. So there should be every chance we're going through to the next round of this one. And with it only being the third round, I think this is, it's not exactly that important. But also, wouldn't like to go out at this stage. And things started off good. We were piling on the pressure, as we would do against any team in this competition, because obviously with the side we've got, it's going to be quite tough for teams to defend against us. But we were progressing through the first half and approaching the end of it, and I just couldn't even think of like a clear-cut chance that we'd had. I mean, that one from Alexander-Arnold was the biggest one of the first half, and we should have really taken it. I was left frustrated with the fullback's finish. So it wasn't a great game. I'm not going to deny that. We played horribly throughout this. And to make matters worse, this happened. We gave away a penalty. Now, watch that back. There's so much wrong with that. The first thing is I didn't know I was controlling Tarkowski. The second thing is he jumps in, right? And the guy who he tackles doesn't even have the ball. Like, I don't know what on earth I did wrong. Like, I really don't. So I'm not denying that it's a penalty because it was 100% a penalty. And they should have, you know, got the penalty kick. But I was just like, how have I done that? How on earth have I gone from not knowing where I was or who I was controlling to giving him a penalty and taking out someone who didn't even have the ball? So for them to step up in their first shot pretty much of the entire game, I was praying for a miracle and I got one. They struck one against the woodwork and luckily we were still within the game. And from there, even with 10 men, you could see we were still piling on the pressure, still looking the more likely to score. And Mbappe came off the bench. He goes close there, but a good save from the goalkeeper. And after that, literally, things got worse. I just could not score. This guy, whoever he is in goal for Wigan, take my hat off to him. Because look at this. The latest save from Jones, as it's Calvert-Lewin going through. Someone made a save to that. And then it happened again. Alexander-Arnold, who wasted a chance in the first half, got through in the second. Should have scored to put us through. And again, Jones was equal to the shot. So 3 minutes left. And it looked like it was going to be a frustrating day. And that's exactly what happened. Over 90 minutes in a game against Wigan, we hadn't scored, and we could have been going out of the FA Cup, provided they didn't miss that penalty, which they did. Honestly, I was just sat there thinking, what has just happened? How have we done this badly to the point where, you know, not only did we concede a penalty, we're going to a replay. We're going to have to face Wigan again in the FA Cup to decide who goes through. I had to take another look at these saves, though, because this is unreal. He's closing Calvert-Lewin down. You could argue that he maybe could have finished it a little bit differently, but I think he's done everything right there. Looked for the corner. It was just a great save. And then this one, Alexander-Arnold, the lack of, I guess, striking conviction showed with the fact that he wasn't able to find the corner. But major credit goes out to Wigan's goalkeeper, because without him, they wouldn't have been advancing, or wouldn't have even had a chance to advance, because we are going to be playing that replay, of course, within the later stages of today's episode. But the more important games that you are here for today is this one against Chelsea, the semi-final double-leg header of the Carabao Cup. And this is where things really took a turn. And when I say that, you'll understand why in a moment, because to say I was a little bit frustrated would be an understatement. They've obviously got a decent team, you know, no doubt in that. We could argue that we have the better team on paper, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was the way the game panned out. Inside 6 minutes, Pulisic going through. Pulisic should score. He hit the post. And that set the tone for a very disappointing afternoon at Stamford Bridge, because we continued to find chances and continued to put pressure on. And inside 12 minutes, Fratchak again, who was involved for Pulisic's chance, cut inside. Left-footed shot, went wide of the post. He's frustrating me as well. He just doesn't seem to know where the goal is at the moment. And everything wasn't going to plan. But again, we plodded on. We looked for another chance, and we got another chance with Pulisic on the end of a great move, but couldn't actually hit the target. And when I said about the frustrating afternoon, yeah, this is where it took a turn. Chelsea put the cross in. I don't know what attempted clearance it was from Gaia. Came to the edge of the area. They struck one goal bound. It went in off the woodwork. And if you don't know, by the way, I do play with my my controller into the Xbox, so I don't have to pay for batteries because I'm a scrub, so why not? It's free. But anyways, yeah, and at that point, I put my controller on the desk. I was like, I can't believe this. Chelsea's first shot on goal. We've piled their goal, and yet we are now a goal to 0 down. And then Pulisic hit the post again. At this point, guys, I was sat there thinking, do I have to play the second half, or can I just like quit the game? Is that a thing? I'd rather lose 3-0, and it continued because we got in the second half. Mbappe grew into the game, forced Courtois into a save. It was literally us just pressing and pressing and pressing, finding chance after chance after chance, not taking it. Mbappe with the latest one. 9 times out of 10, different game, he'd have smashed that bottom bins. But when I needed him to score, he put it wide of the post. And we continue because, again, Fratchak in from Lewis Cook. He shoots, Courtois saves, recurring theme of the first game here. And after the first leg of the Carabao Cup was coming to a close, Chelsea were going to win it after having one single shot that technically wasn't even on target. And right there, summed up my entire afternoon. 2 minutes to go, they pull off a tackle like that. And pretty much, guys, after this game, I took a break. I couldn't play the next leg. I had to wait. I was like, even if I'm going to come into the next one a little bit, you know, maybe not warmed up, I just can't play the next game of this one. Because look at the match facts. Chelsea had one shot, and it wasn't even on target. And it went in, and we lost by a goal to 0 after having 14 shots, 8 on target. So as I said, just a frustrating day at Stamford Bridge, in all honesty. And that's why, if you haven't already seen my new career mode, guys, we have been doing beginning a career mode with Hamburg. If you want to check it out, it's on the channel. I actually upped the shot error for the CPU back up to 50, but I also lowered the pass error back down. So to give them the opportunity to create more chances, but not score from every single one like you're seeing in this series, because it annoys me. And at the end of the day, I want to have fun playing the game, and to be in a game at Stamford Bridge where you take 14 shots, 8 on target, have their goalkeeper save at least 4 or 5 of those shots, and you have one shot against you and the ball go in the back of the net, you know, it's frustrating. So I left it the way it was. I just decided, I've stuck with these slider settings throughout the entirety of this series, pretty much. I'm going to leave the slider settings. I won't be changing them on this series, but with the Hamburg one, I'm not going to be changing it from 50 on that series either. That's going to stay the way it is. Just because I've experienced it now, I know how frustrating it can be. But don't worry, because the next game we go into, we'll still have our usual slider settings of the CPU shot error down as well. Couple of sim games to go now, because as I said, it's a very cup-focused episode. Wigan in the replay decided to sim it. We had the home advantage, played my strongest 11, taking no chances, and we won by 2 goals to 0. Couple of Premier League games here and there as well. Manchester City, Bournemouth for the latest one. I think there was one other one as well, but we got the right results that I wanted. I don't think we lost a single game in the simming part of the episodes, as Simon put Bournemouth for goal to 0 up, but I skipped it, and I do believe we end up getting a 1-1 draw from the game. So not a win, but it's still not a defeat. And for you guys at home, obviously this series, this is the last season we're going to be doing of it. We are going to be going out of this one into the whatever it is with England at the end of this season. That'll then end off this series, because at that point, we're about a month or so away from FIFA 19. So that's going to be pretty crazy when you think about it, because it feels only like yesterday that I was downloading EA Access for FIFA 18, but we'll get into detail about that. And I don't know about you guys, I think FIFA 18 has been slightly underwhelming this year, but nevertheless, into the home leg against Chelsea of the Carabao Cup, and things just basically didn't stop there. We picked up where we left off, really, sending Courtois into another save, then Mbappe gets in, another save by Courtois. You can see what's happening, right, guys? And this was probably the most difficult episode for me to have to record. Fratchak one-on-one with Courtois, and he missed the target and just hits it straight at him. And then, as I've said previously, yeah, Morata goes through. Donnarumma gets nowhere near it. One shot, 1 goal. And I'm not even exaggerating. Over the course of 180 minutes of football, Chelsea had 2 shots over 180 minutes and scored twice. I was fuming. So I decided to put my carry pants on, try and get us into this one. I had nothing to lose, switched it on to all that attack. I was like, let's do it. You know, at this rate, we're going out anyways. Let's see what happens. And that seemed to work, because we finally scored. A really good move, ending with Mbappe finding the bottom corner. He continued, the Frenchman. He's probably the only one out of this entire team that really performed over the 2 legs, I guess you could say. And a matter of minutes later, he put us 2-1 in front. But there was still a problem, and if anybody knows what that problem is, then I salute you guys. But for anybody who doesn't know, within the Carabao Cup, away goals are a thing. and they have one. We don't. So we have to win the game on the aggregate scoreline. A draw is not enough, meaning this result now, as fantastic as it is for us to get back on level terms, we need another goal, because otherwise we're still going out. 9 shots, 9 on target. They had 1-on-1, and it was 2-1 in the game. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I get frustrated with FIFA. And this is like the level where, you know, controllers start to get broken. This put me in a bad mood. Fratchak got through, left-footed, and he put it wide. And I was just at that point, I subbed him off. I was like, I'm not dealing with you anymore. I'm sick of this. Again, though, I don't know what happened here. I got through with Da Costa. We should have scored 100%. And I think that was the pressure of me realising the fact that I needed another goal. But half and half of that was the fact that also his finishing was atrocious. Now, I don't want to say EAAs are a thing, but as I said, Chelsea, 2 shots over 180 minutes of football, and they're going through to the Carabao Cup final. I'll let you decide what that is, guys. But that's it for the Road to Glory episode today. If you did enjoy us losing to Chelsea over the 2 legs by conceding 2 shots, then a like would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your support, as always, on the channel. You're all incredible for everything you do for me and the channel. I'll be back again with another episode in this series very soon. Until then, guys, stay tuned, enjoy FIFA, and all that good stuff. And I will see you all again as well for another video at 4 PM tomorrow, UK time, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Catch you all then. Adios.